We got a whole case. No, the other door. Whole case. We're Brian, Marisha, and Carlos, currently overlanding our way through Mexico. And today, we're touring the distillery of one of our favorite tequila brands. Welcome back. We could have done many tequila distillery tours, but we figured you kind of only need to do one, really. And we really wanted to pick a distillery that stuck to just the least amount of additives in tequila. One thing we've learned a lot is that most tequila has a lot of additives in it. Not only chemicals in the processing, but additives for flavor, additives for consistency, color, you name it. And the distillery we are going to today is one of the few that are actually verified 100% additive-free. Guess what it is? We're just driving through some of the smaller towns on the way to our distillery tour. And it's crazy. There's like distilleries of all sizes, like really big, like massive manufacturing versions, and then small kind of home versions. There's agave growing everywhere. All right, home stretch. Heading in, we got 5K left, 7 minutes. I like the look of this place already. Just getting there is an adventure. All right, this is the entrance.
Oh yeah.
Where we're going.
Hola.
Welcome to El Pandillo Distillery, makers of G4 Tequila, located in Jesús, María, Jalisco, Mexico. This is Felipe Camarena, third generation of the famous tequila producing family. He continues the legacy with his own children, hence the name G4 being used by the fourth generation. Natural yeast created by his grandfather was used by his father and is still reproduced today by Felipe and his children. Seeing most tequila producers use synthetic yeast, he's already off to a great start. With 45 years of civil engineering under his belt, Felipe started El Pandillo, nicknamed after his grandfather's favorite bull. And this is Edgar, our host for the day. El Pandillo's logo tells its own story. 6 agave leaves honor 6 generations of agave producers. The bull represents his mother's bull ranching family, and the stone Tahona recalls the original distillery destroyed in the Mexican Revolution of 1910. It was the only thing left standing and now resides outside of El Pandillo. Felipe is known as a revolutionary in the industry, dubbed the mad scientist of tequila due to his unique philosophy of honoring tradition through innovation, creating more authentic, additive-free tequilas without losing the respect for the land. Let's tour his factory and his process and find out why. Step 1. The harvest. Grown themselves or sourced from small farms, farmers known as jimadores cut away the leaves of a mature blue agave plant, leaving the core, or heart, known as a piña.
Have you been close to agave before?
No.
We don't touch it because when the starch is raw, it's gonna give you a really hard rush.
Oh, good to know.
It's really nasty. And if you add water to it, it's gonna be even worse. And you put water with salt, it's even worse. So it's like a Chinese turtle.
So it's like a really bad joke.
So here though, you can see everyone has like a long sleeves and special gloves to handle it with it, even though they're used to it, but still not. So this one, guys, the agave has to be at least 6 years old with us. 6'5" sometimes, and mostly just 6 years old.
Is there a big debate on what the appropriate age is for an agave plant to harvest it? Does everyone agree on a particular age, or is it?
No, it's because of the...
Is there a lot of drama around
offer and demand.
The what?
Offer and demand, the surplus on the market and the prices. So the farmers, they don't want to wait that much because of the fluctuation of the price, which usually is 5 years old. The elder, the better. You get different flavors on the age of the agave.
Can it get too old?
Yes. But it's really weird to happen. Above 8 and 9 years old still is okay. After that, just roast.
We were talking about it on the way over here. You can see all the different sizes, and we're reading some websites.
No, but the size
and other
doesn't
things.
represent the maturity.
Okay.
Here you can see different sizes in the same farm. They were planting at the same time.
Okay.
So basically, if an agave plant struggles with levels of sun or water, it may not grow as large. However, the size of the agave heart or piña doesn't represent its quality.
So the size is not representative about the flavor or the quality. That's why we measure by bricks. B-R-I-X, bricks.
What's a brick?
Bricks is the sugar level, the sugar content.
The highland areas, which tend to have red soils, produce higher bricks in the agave, meaning a sweeter and fruitier taste. The dark, volcanic soil of the lowland areas produces agave that is peppery and more earthy.
So it really depends where it was grown, the amount of sugar we'll have, and the flavor that we're going to have out of it.
And the sugar is going to create more alcohol?
Exactly. Alcohol comes from sugar.
Yeah.
So we want the sweetest as possible. That's why when we buy it, we don't go by color, we don't go by size, we go by sugar content. For example, you can see a few red spots over there. That's agave pinto. That's a sign for us to, okay, we need to try this farm to take it to the lab, to test it.
When you get the red marks?
Yes.
Red spots on the pineapple indicate high sugar levels.
So with us, for example, we pay a lot of attention and invest a lot of time to find the best agave.
It generally takes around 7 kilos of agave piña to produce about 1 liter of 100% agave tequila. Although there are some variances, this is the general rule. To put it into perspective, this little guy here will make about 1 liter. Step 2 is cooking the piña. Felipe still uses the same traditional stone ovens used by his grandfather and father.
That's amazingly
delicious.
sweet. It almost tastes like a molasses.
So this is
Just
cooked agave, pineapple. Cooked
Yes.
agave. Is that what they call it, a pineapple?
Yeah. You can even feel it, they're being cooked now, so they're hot.
You can see the steam coming out too.
Yeah. We have 2 ovens, each one with a capacity between 25 to 30 tons, and the full cooking time is about 48 hours. Inside, for example, we inject steam for 3 hours.
After it cooks for 3 hours, the oven is then shut down to let the hearts condensate. This cleans the piña, and the byproduct that is produced is thrown out. Then they are steam cooked again. The ovens are shut down, and the condensation from the second cook is collected.
And we can make tequila with that. Then for 24 hours, without steam, we let everything shut to keep cooking itself with their own heat, like a slow cooking process, until the 3rd day we're gonna open it and harvest the agave.
A hint of the profile of tequila in it.
Yeah, of course, that's the idea.
It doesn't taste like tequila, obviously, but like you can kind of, just there's just elements of kind of on the fringe of what tequila tastes like.
That's why every tour that I have here, they have to try the agave, because that's the flavor that you have to try to find in the blanco.
Yes.
Whatever brand you're gonna drink, that's the flavor of a cooked agave. At the end is what you're looking for. That's why, for example, in our tequila, you check the different batches. They don't taste the same because it's a different farm, it's a different plant. That's the reason.
Step 3 is to extract the juice. Once the piñas are cooked, they are shredded or crushed to extract the agave juice, called mosto. Most manufacturers use a stone tahona or a mechanical shredder. Thanks to the mad scientist of tequila, here again is where Felipe and El Pandillo differ. Meet Frankenstein, or Felipenstein as they like to call it. Made from repurposed industrial machine parts found in a junkyard, an old road compactor, parts from a railroad car. Here he's blending tradition with unique engineering innovation, making his process more efficient, easier to clean, and uses far less energy.
Metal town over there that we call it the Felipenstein. We call it Felipenstein because the boss made it out of zero, out of junkyard. So the steamroller that you see there comes from a concrete compactor. The axis and the suspension come from a train wagon. We add the spikes in order to grab the fibers and to push them away. We inject hot water with double purpose. The first is to help to melt the sugar out of the fibers when it rolls on it.
Yeah.
And the second to water it down.
Injecting the hot water in this process is a natural and more efficient way to bring out more bricks in the agave. Here, each batch is separated and remains uncontaminated by the next, all the way to fermentation.
Complete independence. If it's going to stay in the container, it's going to stay there all the way to the fermentation process, and then it goes straight to distillation.
Before we go on to the next step, let's talk about Felipe's very unique look on water. He first believes that water is the most important part of tequila, more important than the agave itself. At Pandillo, they use 3 sources of water: rainwater, well water, and spring water. Rainwater is geniusly collected from the roof, and there are 2 artisanal springs on the property. Due to municipal water being unpredictable and loaded with chlorine, G4 specifically is made with both rain and spring water. Step 4, fermentation, converting sugars into alcohol. Over a several-day process, yeast is now added to the extracted juice, or mosto, in large tanks. This converts the sugar into alcohol. Most tequila makers use synthetic yeast because it ferments in a fast 24 to 30 hours.
Here we add the hot water, we add the yeast, and we let it fermentate on the fibers to give more agave flavor to it and way more agave nose.
So when you say the nose or the agave flavor, how would you describe that flavor?
When you're eating.
Oh, more the sugar?
You want it to taste as close to that as possible.
Exactly.
I can see why.
When you're done,
It's
you
delicious.
can toss it there though. It's okay.
It's okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you can tell to your friends that you got a bit of Brian in the next part. That's right.
Are you kidding me?
Now there's a bit of both of us in there.
This one is already on the 6th, 7th day. That's why you can see there is no sweet at all.
Yeah, sour,
Yeah.
like sour, but a little sour.
Yeah, because the yeast ate up all the sugar already. And this one has already 4% of alcohol.
It tastes like between a beer and a cider.
So that's agave beer, and this is straight for distillation. It's ready to go. And then this fellow over there is Juan Carlos. He's the chemist in charge.
Juan Carlos is the chemist in charge of all the magic.
Yep.
Yeah.
This is Guy. Don't kidnap him. He's got all the recipes.
Felipe, remember, uses the natural yeast of his grandfather and father. This takes longer, a full 5 days, which he feels results in a better product. Step 4, distilling, refining the alcohol. Fermented liquid is usually distilled twice, in pot or column stills, to concentrate the alcohol and refine it to spirit. Where most use less expensive stainless steel stills, Felipe uses copper. Copper removes sulfur compounds, which prevents off flavors. This results in a smoother, cleaner, and more desirable spirit. It's a choice he makes for purity, flavor, and heritage over cost. His stills are also designed completely different than everyone else, using 1/12 the water of other distilleries, and makes a better tasting, better quality tequila. Beyond the many ways El Pandillo works with the land to conserve resources, like collecting rainwater from the roof and using natural springs on the property, the sustainability goes even further. Felipe once again redesigned the distilling process to rely on gravity instead of energy-hungry pumps, dramatically reducing power use. With fewer pumps, the system can run entirely on solar. The water used for cooling is continuously reused through a gravity-fed aqueduct designed by Felipe. Bringing the water outdoors provides natural cooling, eliminating the need for massive energy-draining cooling towers. That water then flows into a holding pond, nourishes the land, and slowly seeps back into the deep spring, replenishing itself as clean, usable water. A truly closed loop. Step 6. Aging and bottling for your flavor.
Sounds like I feel like there's important stuff going on down here.
There's pretty important stuff going on down here.
Oh, I can smell that there's important stuff.
So guys, this is the cellar. This is one of the cellars. This is a small one. We have a bigger one already. This one has capacity for 450 barrels. The newest one has capacity for 2,500.
Whoa.
Stone walls. That's what you can feel. There is way cooler and it's naturally controlled. There is no AC, nothing. It has to be under earth and stone walls.
Having the cellar underground with stone walls, it naturally controls the temperature and the humidity without needing any equipment. The more humid and cooler your environment is, the more it seals the grain of your wood barrel and the less evaporation you have. G4 uses majority American oak from single-use whiskey barrels. Some others are French oak white wine barrels.
We always say that the best tequila is the one that you like. 0 days, straight from the still, up to 2 months inside the barrel is considered blanco.
That's Blanco, okay?
But you go from the steel
Straight to the bottle.
to the bottle.
Yeah.
You don't mess around with this.
We don't need to. The
You have the
flavors,
flavor.
yeah.
And you have the notes of the actual tequila.
Exactly.
You don't actually have to infuse the wood.
Then, for example, from 2 months plus 1 day until 1 year is a reposado.
Okay.
1 year plus 1 day until 3 years is añejo.
Okay.
And 3 years plus 1 day, whatever, is an extra añejo.
What's actually happening in there? Are you trying to pick up a flavor out of the barrel, or are you just aging it to change the...
No, it gets flavor out of the barrel.
I like the woody flavor. I don't like the smoky flavor.
Exactly.
So I like it when you can taste the wood. I like it a lot. Those are my favorites.
So how do you
But
do
I don't
that?
like
How
the
do you get
smoke.
a wood flavor versus a smoke flavor?
With your lowest chart.
Low char inside the barrel, but inside the
So
barrel
it's
for a
more
long time.
contact with the actual wood itself versus the char seals the wood. Would you say?
Exactly.
Is that
Kind
fair?
of.
When do we get to talk about additives?
On the tasting.
Okay.
Enough knows is part of his magic to know which barrel he believes is going to be good. The one that we believe is too good, we separate it and we make a single barrel.
When it's too good, is that even possible? I don't understand what you're saying.
Yes,
I've never had
Nothing's
it.
too good.
sometimes it happens. It does happen. So when it's really too good to be mixed with the rest, we separate it.
Too good meaning you get to charge more.
No, the liquid that comes out of that specific barrel,
Yeah.
it was just amazing. We barrel it individually as a single barrel and we sell it like this. Usually it's about 12 grand for per barrel.
Oh, so somebody buys the whole barrel.
Yeah. We're gonna have a small sip, really small sip, play it in the mouth and swallow fast, okay?
The first thing we tried was raw tequila. Tequila before water and before filter.
Now, for example, we can close the left nose and smell.
Why the left?
So you can see the difference. You can see really strong alcohol, but you switch.
Oh, that's weird.
That is weird.
That's how the brain is wired. So from the right side, we smell the alcohol. With the left, we smell sugar.
So you have the devil on one side and the angel on the other, and they're being like, "Yeah, buddy, you want that?" He's
There
like,
you have
"No,
it.
you don't want to eat."
Kind of like, yeah. And now, for example, we spoke about the heads of the product, which is the oiliness. If you pour it like that and you mix it, you can really see the oiliness on it.
Oh, yeah. I've only ever done that with wine.
You're gonna drink a bit more, leave it on your mouth 2 to 3 seconds.
The rest of it, or just a bit?
As much as you want. Play it around and swallow. It's strong though, but
Yeah.
if you feel it, it's not aggressive in your mouth, doesn't really hurt.
No.
And you're gonna start drooling. There's a lot of saliva
Oh,
building
yeah, it
out
is.
under your mouth.
Yeah.
This is a good sign of your body reacting good to a good alcohol. Usually bad alcohol dries up your mouth. Good ones, you make
You're right.
your body excited once more.
Well, I don't know how many.
His body is
I don't know
instead of
how many
90% water, it's about 80% tequila.
Okay, good.
It's not bad.
It kind of is.
Okay, what we're gonna do now, with the bottom part of your nose, with the bottom part of the glass like this, and smell. And again, this alcohol, right?
Yeah. A little burny.
Now, upper part of your nose, with the upper part of the glass like this. Now it's sweet. Again, it's more enjoyable.
That's crazy.
And now the bottom part of your nose, from the outside like this. And now it's greener. Depends on the angle you're gonna have it, you have different aromas. Usually it's alcoholic, then sweet or agave, and then outside greener, like flower, herbal.
Yeah, it almost looked like, when you said green, I just pictured what, like the leaves of the raw plant would maybe smell like.
Oh, I can do it now. It's where you put it on your nose.
Yeah,
You gotta kind of move it out a little bit. And you're just basically smelling
the vapor.
off the
Exactly.
top.
So
I was
that's
pushing it against my lip.
I did
and
the
was
first time,
oh,
too.
I can't smell it.
the thing though, so the molecules are heavier than others.
So with doing that though, what exactly are we looking for? So if I got some random tequila, I would
So-
want it to do what?
Definitely
And
you're
I'd be
gonna
like,
look for
that's-
the agave essence, which is in the middle.
Look at us go. And to think we used to just drink it.
We got a whole case. No, the other door. Whole case.
That building right there is going to be the new tasting room they're building right now.
Yeah,
That was
so
cool.
That was awesome. We learned so much.
That
It was
was
very productive.
a super cool experience. I highly suggest doing the tour here at a smaller kind of.
Yeah, if you want to really learn a lot about tequila.
Yeah.
There's only 2 of us and 1 guy going through the whole production facility.
It was amazing.
Awesome.
Yeah, it was very cool.
Yeah.
We'll put the link in the description if you do want a tour of this place, and it's free. The tour's free. It's basically just tip, and if you buy anything, but we'll put the link. You have to schedule it because they are by appointment only.
Yeah.
Off to our campsite.
A huge, huge thank you to Edgar and everyone at El Pandillo who taught us so much and showed us an amazing day. We highly recommend doing this tour, especially if you're a tequila lover. All the info you'll need is in the description below. Thanks for joining. Thanks for watching. Please consider liking and subscribing to our channel. It really helps us out by allowing us to reach a larger audience.